Hello all, welcome to my channel. Now in this video we will know the top most important interview questions that every student must know, which is very important for the interviews which will be conducted in your college or as well as off campus. So these are very important questions. These are and also the basic questions you should know. So now let us continue the video. The first one is majority element. Like now let us see what is meant by the majority element. So if we had an array consisting of elements like 2, 3, 3, 4, 6, 8. Here the length of the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So majority element refers to which will occur greater than n by 2. That is the frequency must be greater than n by 2. Means if the array length is 6, the array element must be present in the array for greater than length by 2 times. That is greater than half of the length. So now let us see the code for this. Now this is the optimal solution. We can solve this using various approaches like using two loops and maintaining the count of each element, and at last if the count is greater than the frequency of n by 2 times, then we can print that element, but that is brute force. So now let us see optimal. If you want code or any explanation in detail of these questions, you can comment me. I will definitely make a video and post it. Now the optimal solution is if we had any question like majority element, to find the element which is greater than n by 2 times, you should strike the your mind should strike that Moore's voting algorithm is the solution for this. So now let us see what is the Moore's voting algorithm. Don't see the first step. First we will see here. We will take two variables, that is the element and the count. I will say very briefly. We will take two elements, that is the element and the count. Now we will traverse through the array, and if the element which we have taken is equal to the array element, we will increment the count. If it is not equal to the array element, that is the element present in the array, we will decrement the count. These are the two important steps. Now we will increment the count, right? Here the condition of a majority element is it should be present in the array greater than n by 2 times. So when the count becomes 0, we will reinitialize it to 1 and we will initialize element to the next element of the array. This is the important step. So do you understand three steps? The first one is if the count becomes 0, we will reinitialize it to 1 and the element is reinitialized to another element here, and if the element is equal to the current element, we will increment count, else we will decrement count. This is Moore's voting algorithm. I am trying to explain this in very easy way. If you don't understand it, then you can ask me. I will make long video on this, how this happens by taking an example. Now the second question is sorting zeros, ones and twos. So here we can use brute force approach like using any sorting algorithm like bubble sort, those all. We know various sorting algorithms, we can use those. If you want any sorting algorithms also, I can explain those. Just comment me. We can sort like this, or we can traverse through the array and count the number of zeros, count the number of ones, count the number of twos, and we can take another array and the number of times zero occurred, we can initialize the array to zeros. These are all brute force. Now the optimal solution for sorting zeros, ones and twos is by using Dutch national flag algorithm. Now let us see this in detail. Here we are using Dutch national flag algorithm, but there is so much introduction on Dutch national flag algorithm. like how we why we are assigning mid to 0, and why we are placing low at 0 and high at last. If this I will explain this detailedly in another video. Now just I will explain this briefly. First, we will place mid at 0th index and low at 0th index and high at last index. Now we will take a loop, and if we here low will remember one thing, here low will track zeros, high will track twos, and mid will traverse throughout the array. Remember these 3 points. Now if mid is 0, we will swap low and mid. Okay, but here low and mid are at same position. For example, if the mid is here and we have and 0 is present here, so if mid is 0, we will swap low and mid. Okay, this is first one. And if the mid is at 1, that means if the element is 1, we will increment mid. We will not do anything, just continue. Now if mid is 2, we will swap it with high. Okay, just 3 points to remember briefly. That is, we will place low at first index and mid at first index and high at last index, and mid will traverse throughout the array. And if the element is 0, we will swap it with the mid. Low and mid will be swapped. And if 1 is present, we will just increment the mid. If 2 is present, we will swap mid with high. This is Dutch national flag algorithm. Now the third one is max consecutive ones. Like there will be an array consisting of any number of elements, and we have to find out the maximum consecutive ones. That refers to ones occurring side by side. For this we will take two variables, that is the count for maintaining the count of elements and max length for keeping track of the maximum length of ones. This is very easy. Like if the array consists of 1, we will increment the count, but we have to keep track of the maximum length. So keep track of maximum length by initializing maximum length equal to finding maximum between the count and the max length. This is the first step. And if the array does not consist of 1, like if not 1, we will initialize count to 0. Okay, because of consecutive ones, we have to find consecutive ones only. So that's why we will initialize count to 0 if the array element is not 1. Okay, we will cover all these questions in the next video. Meet you all in the next video, and comment if you have any doubt or any suggestions for me. Thank you.